Hi, I'm Kathleen Weber, certified and accredited EFT practitioner. Something that I would like to share with you today is a concept called cognitive shift. And I would say it's one of my favorite parts of EFT, but honestly, I have so many that it's hard to choose. So if you haven't seen my previous video on the hand model of the brain, I would suggest you take a look at that before watching this video because it will make more sense to you. So when we are using EFT, we are communicating with the emotion center of the brain when we are experiencing those heightened emotions. And we're communicating with that part of the brain, allowing it to relax, allowing it to regulate and to calm down. So that when we're able to do that and we calm the fight or flight response in our body, what happens is we bring our thinking brain back online. Have you ever had a time where you felt so nervous about something that you couldn't think straight? That is an activated amygdala. And when that happens, it turns off the communication with this thinking part of the brain. So when we're using tapping, we are allowing ourselves to communicate with that part of the brain that's really activated and saying, you know what, it's okay. It's okay. You're safe and it's okay to calm down. And when that happens, then this front prefrontal cortex, this thinking part of your brain actually comes back online and you can think differently about things. And that's what happens when we use EFT. I see it with my clients, I see it for myself all the time. And I'm going to share a personal story with you in just a moment. So that it's just such a cool part of EFT to be able to recognize that you have the ability to think differently about something without willing yourself to do it, without forcing it to happen. That through the use of EFT, you're naturally calming your body's fight or flight response so that you can allow your brain to do what it normally does, which is to do some logical, rational thinking for you. So, this is an example from my personal life. Something that I'm working on is incorporating more physical activity into my daily life. And for those of you who don't know, I struggled with chronic Lyme disease. And, um, it's been a roller coaster over the last 6 years, where I start to feel better and I think, oh, I can start exercising. And I used to train for triathlons. And so I would push myself really hard and try to push through pain. And I'm learning that my body can't do that. And you can't push through chronic Lyme because you end up becoming much more fatigued. Um, but not having done regular exercise for that amount of time has had an impact on me. So I would like to incorporate more physical activity. But the times that I have done it since getting sick, what has happened is I black out or I get that tunnel vision. So what I did is created a list of the times when that happened, when I started to exercise and either I blacked out or I had an energy crash or a relapse of my symptoms. So just trying to clear out any kind of emotional attachment to that so that I can move forward freely. So I did some tapping on one of those times. And when I checked in about it, how am I feeling about it now? Just thinking about it. That's what I was asking myself. And I had some fear there. So that's what I tapped on, even though I have this fear and I feel it in my chest, just thinking about that time that I was doing those exercises and my vision started to go black. I had to lie down. So I tapped on that and I did the sphere in my chest, the sphere in my chest, the sphere in my chest. I went around to the different points and did a couple of different rounds on that, because there were a couple of different emotions or different parts of that memory that I found I was particularly focused on. And what I realized, and I didn't realize this before, is I was putting so much pressure on myself to push through to prove that I was feeling better. And who do I need to prove that to? Nobody. I don't need to prove that to anyone. I don't need to push through to prove to anyone that I'm feeling better. So that has changed my outlook on even introducing activity into my daily life, because before it was like, oh, I have to get to the point where I can lift weights or, be able to ride my bike again or swim again. And no, no, I don't. What I need to do is listen to my body. My body's telling me slow, slow and steady, and that when I push myself too hard, my body shuts down on me. And I don't want that. So I can listen to what it's telling me and recognize, you know what, maybe 15 minutes on a recumbent bike is enough. And I can build up from there. So I am so grateful for that cognitive shift because it frees me up to be able to move in a way that's gentle, that works with my body. And I didn't have to force that to happen. It happened naturally because I was able to clear out some of the fear that I had around a past event. So I hope that you learned something from this video. If you haven't checked out my hand model of the brain video, please do so, because again, that will help this to make more sense. Anyway, if you're looking for more information, please visit www.kathleenwebereft.com, and I look forward to seeing you next time.